Welcome to the RSS2HTML configuration tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to configure RSS2HTML to translate an RSS feed into browser-viewable content using our PHP script. Before we begin, there are a few things you'll need to verify with whoever your web hosting provider is. First, does your web server support PHP? Second, what is your FTP server? Third, what are your login credentials for the FTP server? Fourth, what is the link to the feed that you want to translate? If you aren't sure what the answers to any of those questions are, please pause this video and locate that information. You can usually locate that information by contacting your web host directly. The first step in configuring RSS2HTML is to download it. So, head over to our website, www.feedforall.com. You can also click on the link on the bottom of this video tutorial window. Once there, on the left-hand side, click on Download. Here in the Download section, click on the Download button in the RSS2HTML section and save the zip file anywhere you please. Now, I've created a special directory for the purposes of this tutorial, but you can save the file anywhere that's convenient. Once the file is downloaded, right-click on it and select the Extract All option. Then click Next to extract the files contained within the zip. Now that we have the components of the script extracted, you'll notice these four files. This file is the documentation for the script, which will go over far more information than is covered in this tutorial. It's always a good idea to read and review the documentation because it will give you a better understanding of the script, how it works, and different ways it can be implemented. The other three files are the actual components of the script. First, we have the PHP script itself. Second, we have the secondary parser include. And last, we have an example template. So, now that we have the components extracted, we need to upload them to your web server. To do this, you'll need an FTP program. Windows itself has an FTP shell built into it, but if you're unfamiliar with uploading files, you may want to use an actual FTP program. In this tutorial, I'll be using Rhinosoft's FTP Voyager, which you can download from www.serv-u.com. It's incredibly easy to install and configure, so if you're new to uploading and don't have your own FTP program, give it a try. So now that we have all three components of the script FTP'd up to the web server, we'll need to determine the URL that was assigned to these files. In this example, the URL for this FTP directory is www.feedforall.com/demo. So the files that I've uploaded will all be referenced from that URL. This is important because the final step in configuring the RSS2HTML output is to build the translation URL. There are three steps in this process. First, we need the URL of the actual RSS2HTML.php script. In this example, it's www.feedforall.com/demo/RSS2HTML.php. Second, we'll need the URL of the RSS feed to translate. The example feed I'm going to translate is www.feedforall.com/blog-feed.xml. And then third, we'll need the URL of the template itself. In this example, it's www.feedforall.com/demo/sample-template.html. Once you have all three URLs, we'll need to build the translation link. All translation links will be referenced as follows. First, the link to the PHP script. $XML file equals the link to the RSS feed, &template equals, then the link to the template. So, for example, this is my translation link. If I enter this URL into a web browser, I should see that the RSS feed's information is translated into HTML that the browser can display. As a final note, I'd like to point out that there are literally hundreds of ways to configure the output of the script. You can change the way the template is laid out and which variables are displayed so that the template looks exactly the way you want it to. All of the variables that can be used in the template can be found in the documentation. There are also many different methods of implementing the script. We've gone over just the most basic method of implementation in this tutorial, but if you're interested in alternate implementations, please visit this thread in our forums. This concludes the RSS2HTML configuration tutorial. For more tutorials, including how to install and use Feed4All, the feed creation software, please visit our website www.feed4all.com.